The following is a special presentation of the Extraordinary Wrestling Association.
Wrestling Association, 2K Gaming, and Sony PlayStation present XWA Solstice. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the desert. We are live on the outskirts of Las Vegas, Nevada for the next XWA CPV event, Solstice. This is Thr33X live with you at ringside for what is going to be a night of epic action. And we begin straight away with a long-awaited rematch from our last CPV, Insurrection. Making their way to the ring, members of the faction known as Katana. To the left, Tane Tua. To the right, Duke Morrow, the new reigning tag team champions. And, well, I don't know, something about these guys right now seems a little different from the last time we saw them. I can't really put my finger on it, but there's definitely a certain added swagger that these guys have as they make their way down to the ring with the tag team titles in tow. Of course, the leader of Katana, not scheduled for action here tonight, Jun Suzuki, is the current reigning View Japan heavyweight champion, meaning that this group, in a very short span of time, has international influence, holding titles in different companies, in different nations even. But of course, we're going to see exactly how long this particular title reign takes shape, as their first defense will be up against the former tag team champions, Elite Entertainment Enterprises, Robbie Silk and Cyrus the Entertainer, who for a very long time held those titles until they were defeated at Insurrection in very controversial fashion, outside interference from other members of Katana. But 3E have extracted a little bit of payback over the past few weeks, interfering themselves in Katana's business, causing them losses in non-title matches. But of course, this one very much is a title match. The referee with the belts in hand. There goes the champions and challengers. And the opening match of Solstice is underway. Cyrus and Duke Morrow kicking things off of their respective teams. And don't expect a scientific match from any stretch of the imagination with two guys like this. These guys are brawlers. These guys are fighters. And Cyrus, of course, is a little bit of a showman. By a little bit, I mean a lot. Then again, so is Robbie Silk. That's been their modus operandi for a very long time. And a Samoan drop counter there by Cyrus. Quickly tagging in his partner, Robbie Silk, keeping the fresh man in. That's going to be good strategy. But of course, whatever strategy they might have in this particular match, they've got to have eyes in the back of their heads. Beautiful Hurricane Rana there by Silk. Because at any given moment, any other member of Katana, Jun Suzuki, Kevin Lassiter, can interfere in this match and cost 3E a chance at regaining their tag team championship. So that's got to be something that both Cyrus and Silk are wary of at all times. But another thing to be worried about is the power of Duke Morrow. Tagging in Thr33X now, the Samoan. Couple of shots there by Silk. And now an Irish whip into his team's corner, and looked like he might have been trying to go for a double team move there, but Tua quick on the counter. Deceptively fast is Thr33X for a man of his size. But then again, you could say that about a lot of the long line of Samoan wrestlers that have graced the squared circle over the years. Double team right there. And it looks as if Cyrus was saying something tomorrow and got a little distracted there out in the corner. Tua able to take advantage of that situation, however, and now a collar and elbow tie-up. Tua from the back. Drop kick right to the small of the back. And quickly Cyrus able to get a tag in right after that. Once again, Silk back into the ring. Answers back with a drop kick. Whiffs on that second one, however. And another tie-up. Tua with the victory on that exchange. Uppercut and then follows up with a sleeper slam. Shot and a spinning wheel kick. Offensive barrage right now by Tua on Silk. And counters into a beautiful backbreaker Russian leg sweep combination. Dropping the knee on the forehead to follow up. And Thr33X, well, he did have momentum. But just like that, Robbie Silk regains momentum. And tries to slow things down there with a drop onto the knee. That will tear ligaments, cartilage. That'll really mess you up right there if it's done enough. And Silk for a series of kicks right to the face of half of the current tag team champions. But Tua, quick on the counter, snapmare and an elbow drop. Irish whip and over the top rope goes Tua, and over the top rope again goes Tua back into the ring. So sporting of Robbie Silk to help his opponent back into the ring. And so quick is Cyrus to cut the ring off. It looked as if Tua was going to go and make a tag tomorrow, but Cyrus cuts him off with a knee slam. But maybe hung out in that side of the ring a little too long there. Double team by Morrow and Tua off the ropes. And Cyrus counters. Samoan drop onto a Samoan. How about that? And now Cyrus to the ropes and scissor kick. Signature Cyrus the Entertainer right there. And only gets a 2 count for his troubles, however. But wow. I said that Tua was deceptively fast. So is Cyrus. But he wasn't fast enough to dodge that lariat. Wow, that one almost took his head off. And once again, Cyrus looking to cut the ring in half. Purple plunge on Tua as he attempted again to tag Morrow back in. And now Morrow decided he wanted to maybe assert himself, but the referee regaining control of this match. Good job on him. Back and forth have these two men gone all through this match, and now it looks like the third time is the charm. Tua finally gets Morrow back into the ring. Cyrus tags in Silk. And a quick double team right there, smacked right to the face. As Cyrus held Morrow up. And highlight of the night. Robbie Silk pulling no punches here. Combination backbreaker Russian leg sweep by Silk. Same move that Tua used only moments ago. And I think that kind of riled Morrow up. But he is not in the right spot to be able to mount any offense, or then again, maybe not. What do I know, folks? That's why I'm just a commentator. Series of axe handles and a tilt-a-whirl slam, and now, speaking of slams, big time choke slam by Big Duke Morrow. Dragging Sook into the center of the ring and a cover. Only getting a 2 count though. Intestinal fortitude by Sook to get the shoulder up, but he only got another spine buster for his trouble. Fighting back as hard as he can to try to regain the tag team championship. Oh God, but that's not going to help matters right there. Double lariat. One and then another, flipping Sook over and out. And now Morrow hoisting him up for an Alabama slam. And this is where Duke Morrow is at his most dangerous, when he can simply slam you and toss you into submission using that power. And again, another lariat, short arm clothesline combination by Duke Morrow. It goes for the cover. Only a 1 count though, maybe a little too close. Cyrus with the save, but a collar slam by Morrow. And again, another kick out by Robbie Silk. I don't know how he managed to kick out from that one, but he's got some real guts. He knows what's at stake here. He knows that he's got to pull out everything possible in order to get this championship back for him and his team. And now Silk, after that Pele kick, with an Irish whip. Leapfrog. And a flapjack. Face first goes Morrow. And Silk tagging Cyrus back into the ring. Front headlock now by the Entertainer. And an inverted atomic drop. And Cyrus, yeah, he's balling. He is balling. And another kick to the gut, to the ropes. And a second scissor kick, this time on Morrow. And it's about to get electrifying. Cyrus to the ropes. Opposite rope, about to drop some chocolate rain. And a cover. 1, 2. No. Morrow gets the shoulder up. Back onto his feet and back onto his back. After that scintillating shot by Cyrus. And meanwhile, outside of the ring, Tua just got dumped over the stairs by Silk. The referee has got to get some form of control in this match right now. It's turning into a barroom brawl, and we're not even in a bar, we're outdoors. Sykes, again, Cyrus, another scissor kick. And what's he gonna do here? How about another purple plunge? This might do it. We might have new champions, or regaining champions, but no, Tua with the save and the distraction. And Morrow takes full advantage with that forearm shot. Morrow now with the Irish whip and a head of steam with that clothesline in the corner that knocked Cyrus into orbit. To the neutral corner again, and a second one. And Morrow now, another Irish whip. Hard shot right there. Missed on the clothesline, but follows up with another series of blows. And yeah, he missed on one clothesline. Why not make up for it with two? Those lariats of Duke Morrow are the stiffest I have seen in recent memory. He certainly gets everything out of those. And now a double team coming up. Tua, now the legal man. And showing off to the crowd. Like I said, these guys have some real cockiness to them. As Tua goes with the front face buster. And now, Samoan driver coming up. Right on top of the head. To the canvas. Goes Cyrus. And what the heck? Morrow just jumping into the ring and now a double team on Cyrus. Come on, ref. Get these guys out of there. Once again, things have gotten completely out of control. Now Silk back in the ring. Series of kicks on Tua. He just bought some time for his partner, though. That was a smart move right there by Robbie Silk. And now, Cyrus the Entertainer. Shoulder blocks. And a spinning powerbomb slam. What's he gonna do now? Well, how about some bowling? Sure, why not? Always an entertaining moment when Cyrus drops the elbows. And a cover. 2. No. 2.5. That was close, folks. That was real close. And Cyrus drops another purple plunge. This might be the ball game here. Cyrus with another cover. And again, Tua kicks out. Yeah, he's definitely got his eyes on the prize as well. There's some serious stakes at hand here. And none of these guys want to be that guy that loses this match. Little showboating, however, by Robbie Silk. With good reason. Couple of shots right there. And a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker by Silk. The momentum shifting in the favor of 3E. And wait a second. What the... Ladies and gentlemen, that's Jung Suzuki. He just came from out of the crowd. The reigning View Japan Heavyweight Champion. And he's jaw-jacking the Cyrus out on the apron here. And I have no idea why he's even come out here. No. Come on, Cyrus. Don't give into this. This is exactly what I was talking about here, folks. That outside interference. The fact that you are never facing just one or two men with Katana. And no. Oh my God, no. Suzuki just drops Cyrus onto the floor with the prophecy. Cyrus is out, and meanwhile, inside of the ring, I don't even think Silk is aware of what just happened. And oh God, are you kidding me? No. Not this way, damn it. What the hell is going on here? A low blow by Tua. And now Silk goes up and down with the Samoan driver. Not like this. No, damn it. And Team Katana has just retained the Tag Team Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, I had a feeling that something like this was going to happen. There just really is no way that you can properly combat a blindside assault like it is that we just saw there. And now Tane Tua and Duke Morrow, with a little help in part, or should I say in full, by Jun Suzuki, have successfully defended the Tag Team Championship against 3E. Man, this is just shades of Insurrection all over again. I really hope that this is not how this event is going to pan out all the way through. Coming up next, a mystery match of sorts. Kris Cade has a chance to earn a shot at the XWA Pure Championship, a belt that he has intended on reclaiming from the clutches of Legionarius. The only thing is, he has to win this match against an opponent that he has no idea who is. And we now await the would-be challenger to Legionarius' Pure Championship title, Kris Cade, aka Critical Max, a former XWA Pure Champion during the EFED era, and a man who single-handedly revolutionized what it is that we now know as Pure Rules Wrestling. I've said it before. I said it when he made his return match on episode 6 of XWA Takedown. The foundation that was laid by Magnus von Schwartz as Pure Champion was built on by this man standing in front of the ring. He transformed Pure Wrestling into an art form, and that is a fact that he has definitely put into consideration in making his return here to the XWA, specifically on the fact that Legionarius not only is the Pure Champion, but the means by which he won and defended the Pure title against Magnus von Schwartz, mostly thanks in part to one victory, Musashi. And that issue will, as I said before, be settled later tonight in this event. But Kris Cade came in and made his intention quite clear that he wants to take that Pure Championship away from Legionarius. And Legionarius answered by making this match where Cade has to win in order to get a title shot against an opponent of Legionarius' choosing, whom which we're about to find out who is right now, as Legionarius himself is out on the apron. And wait a second, that theme song, and oh my god, are you kidding me? Ladies and gentlemen, this right here is another cog to the machine that is known as Katana, Tank Kohaku, a man who has ties to the original Team Katana that was incidentally led by the leader of World's Finest, Victory Musashi, who now Legionarius himself is aligned with. And I really don't understand how this has taken shape, but this is not a very good sign for Kris Cade. Tank Kohaku right now is playing the role of hired gun. I don't think he cares so much about the Pure title or the intentions of Legionarius or Kris Cade. He's just here for a fight. He's just here to beat Kris Cade up and probably to earn an extra payday for it. As the match is underway here, and another collar and elbow tie-up in an enziguri by Kris Cade. This match, just so that you all know, is actually being contested under Pure Rules. So the Pure Rules apply that there is no rope breaks. Submission maneuvers cannot be stopped by a hold onto the ropes. There is also a standing 5 count for exiting the ring. You have 5 seconds if you're knocked out to get back in, or you lose the match by forfeit. Tank Kohaku, despite his rugged looks, is an extremely gifted technical wrestler. Oh, and that senton right there, right to the forehead of Kris Cade. And he's just goading his man on, and so is Legionarius, who just jumped onto the apron screaming at Kris Cade. He definitely does not want to have to deal with Cade in a Pure Rules match, and is hoping that Kohaku can do something to alleviate that situation. But getting back to Tank, he is an unorthodox big man. Shades of a Bam Bam Bigelow or a Big Van Vader, in that he is exceptionally agile for a man of his size and stature. He can go to the top rope and fly with the best of them. And like I said, he is also one of the best technical wrestling big man you will see, even though he doesn't look it. So Kohaku, despite his appearances, could thrive very well in a Pure Rules environment. But of course he has to deal with getting out of that submission hold, of which Cade voluntarily broke, only to get him another insecurity and to get him some Legionarius on the apron. But Kohaku using the distraction to his advantage with the knockout blow and a curb stomp. That has got to cause some serious pain. And a back body drop, a shoulder slam right there by the Tank, who is looking to gun down Kris Cade. Last ride coming up and down. And Critical Mass might have just had himself a meltdown here. Cover 2. Only a 2 count. And Kohaku immediately on the follow-up with that big boot. Once again, Legionarius to the apron, and wait a second. Cade countering a second big boot into the critical moment, and only gets a 2 count. But the momentum has shifted back into the favor of Kris Cade, who is on fire right now. Irish whip to the corner, and Cade diving in with the splash and a top rope clothesline. And now a covering. Oh man, Legionarius on the apron again, interfering with the cover. That could have possibly won the match for Kris Cade. And now look at Tank Kohaku just talking trash. And now both men trading shots. But Kohaku getting the better of this exchange. And now a fall away slam, tossing Cade over like a sack of potatoes. And once again flexing. Yeah, we know you're big, we know you're strong, but Kris Cade popping up from out of nowhere. All that did was antagonize the man. And a knee crusher in rebuttal. And now Cade delivering the mass effect in the center of the ring. We might have ourselves a #1 contender for the Pure Championship right here. Or not. Somehow, Tank Kohaku gets the shoulder up. And quite frankly, I think Kris Cade is happy that he did kick out, because that means he gets to administer more punishment. Or maybe not. Countered right there, and oh my God! The size and strength of Tank Kohaku into that spear has got to be like getting hit with a freight train. And from the top turnbuckle, a headbutt flying headbutt shades of Harley Race and Chris Benoit. Right on the button. And now a clothesline in the corner. To the opposite corner and another one. And Kawaku drives Cade down with a sidewalk slam and goes for the cover. 1, 2. Only a 2 count, however. Serious intestinal fortitude. And Legionarius is raging. He just tossed monitors from the Spanish announce table right there. Meanwhile, back in the ring, once again, Tank Kawaku. Hercules cutter. But not going for the pin. He's going to the top rope again. Oh my God, the velocity of that flying moonsault from a man 300 plus pounds. I'm surprised that didn't break Kris Cade in half. And now Kawaku once again goading on the challenger, supposedly for the pure championship if he can somehow manage to eke out a win here. I don't think his chances are very great at the moment. Second T-bone suplex right now. It is going to take some doing for Kris Cade to somehow bounce back after this offensive barrage by Tank. And another cover. And another near fall. Kawaku now. Another big boot. Just pouring on the offense right now. Another shot, and now he's just bullying Cade. Look at him shoving him left and right all over the place and shoving him again into the ropes and out of the ring. And now, here is where, okay, maybe not. Legionarius could have easily taken advantage of that situation, but chose discretion as the better part of valor. I think that might have had a little something to do with the fact that the referee was looking straight at him. And a blatant choke right now. That's not technically sound there, but effective nonetheless. Another headbutt. And Kawaku again with another chokehold, which is in actuality a legal move in a pure rules match, because there is no actual in-ring disqualification. The only thing the ref can do is count the pinfall or declare a tap out or pass out or knockout, which we may very well see at this point. Another boot in the corner. And right now, Tank is just wearing out Kris Cade. Another shoulder slam. Hoisting him up like a dead weight. And Kawaku up to the top rope again. And this time he strikes out on the standing moonsault. Cade taking advantage. And are you kidding me? Another critical moment. 2. And Kris Cade somehow manages to get the pinfall victory. As we look at the replay here, Legionarius getting himself involved on a couple of occasions. Back and forth action inside of the ring there. Both men pulling out all the stops, showing off all the tricks. Here's some double high flying, a flying spear and a flying headbutt by Kawaku. And then trying for a second diving moonsault. The first time was a charm, the second one was a swing and a miss. And Kris Cade takes advantage, knocking it out of the park with the critical moment. Cover, count, victory. And Kris Cade, as the provision of this match states, now gets himself a one-on-one title match for the Pure Championship against Legionarius. I suppose the only question now is when and where. But this is exactly what Legionarius probably didn't want to have to deal with. Coming up next, our second title match of the event. This one, a 6-man elimination battle royale. Up for grabs, the XWA National Championship. And first, making his way down to the ring, the reigning XWA National Champion, Union King. And I kind of use that term really loosely because through his own choice, King has not defended this championship a great deal since he won the former Intercontinental Championship. That's a point that was addressed by the president and CEO, Carmella Blackheart, in making this match happen here, in which he will not only have to defend the title, but he's got to defend it against 5 other men. The saving grace, however, I guess if there is one here, a silver lining so to speak, is the fact that it is in fact an elimination style match, unlike a triple threat match, where King does indeed control his own destiny. He does not have to worry about someone else getting a pinfall or submission and winning the championship. If he can stay in the ring, he has a chance of walking away with the title still within the grasp of World's Finest. And now making his way down to the ring, the ever mysterious man known as Majyk. We still don't know a whole lot about this guy except that he's pretty flamboyant. He's a character, to say the least. Not too much in-ring action. He was featured in the New Talent Showcase, but now he has a chance to make a very serious impact on the XWA by capturing his first title. And another guy who has made a serious impact without being a champion is this man here, Adam Warden, representing Tyson Blackheart's army known as Villainy. The last time we saw him was trading blows against the Riot Squad's Happy Face. And this guy right here just might very well rival the Clown Prince of Violence and sheer insanity. I mean, just look at this guy. The way he's just cackling as he makes his way to the ring. This is a very, very dangerous individual. And that is a fact that Tyson Blackheart has certainly taken into consideration. Imagine him taking the national championship and putting it under the umbrella of the Red Devil. That's not a very good thought right there. And now, making his way to the ring, the All-American Jay Victory. And if there's one competitor in this match who has a bit of a chip on his shoulder, it's this man, considering the fact that Victory a few months ago scored a clean pinfall victory against Union King in a non-title match. So for all intents and purposes, Jay Victory has a claim to a one-on-one encounter for the national championship, but he of course has opted for the opportunity to be in this match and win the title by these means. We'll see if he's successful. And now, well, I call Majyk flamboyant. He's probably a little edged out in that department by this guy here by the name of Sebastien Nova. Look, what the hell is he wearing? This guy, yeah, I said Majyk was a character. This guy is a character. And strangely enough, still undefeated here in the XWA, and quite possibly one of the more popular superstars amongst the XWA universe. He's a ball of energy. I mean, this guy must have sugar running through his veins. We'll see if that energy and adrenaline can score him his first singles title here in the XWA. If I'm picking an odds-on favorite, it's going to be either J Victory, Sebastien Nova, or quite possibly this guy here. Of course, this is Jesse Rison, who is on a very serious high, as the last time we saw him in the ring was winning a match against Victory Musashi. Now, albeit he got a little bit of help from his mentor, Magnus von Schwartz, those two will be in a brutal grudge match later on this evening. But a victory of that magnitude has definitely got to have a guy like Jesse Rison poised to reclaim a championship that technically he was the last to hold. Of course, at one time, the now national championship was the Intercontinental Championship, and Rison lost that belt to Union King in, ironically enough, the same exact type of match that these six men are in right now. A six-man elimination battle royale. The rules are pretty simple. If you are pinned for a 3 count or submit, you are eliminated. And the last man standing will be the new or defending national champion. And you can expect for the action to be fast and furious here. Whole lot going on right now. Warden locking horns with Majyk. The two Englishmen, King and Nova, squaring off in the corner. And Rison and Victory trading blows. I'm going to do my best to keep up with everything going on here. Dragon Screw counter by King, who is probably the more technically sound of all six of these competitors. J Victory, obviously the power of this grid. Jesse Rison, a consummate athlete, as we have our first cover. And Majyk, a showman, gets the shoulder up at the count of 3. Majyk and Sebastien Nova, I guess you could consider to be showman style wrestlers. Very flashy. And that what was it, a break-dancing leg drop by Nova is certainly a testament to the flashiness. And Warden, once again trying to cover Majyk. He's just plain violent. Simple as that. Oh, swinging neck breaker there by Warden, however, on Majyk. Once again trying to finish this man off quickly and score the first elimination of this match. But again, Majyk getting the shoulder up at the count of 2. And oh boy, the power. Military press, old school by J Victory. Only gets a 2 count, however, there. Meanwhile, a tilt-a-whirl DDT, or of sorts, by Majyk towards the back of the ring. And Jesse Rison showing off. Playing to the crowd right there. That might actually not be a smart thing to do in an elimination style match. That was actually his Achilles heel when he lost the title. You definitely want to have eyes in the back of your head and your head on a swivel at all times, because there are no allies, only enemies. And look at Majyk showing off now. And delivering a stiff clothesline to Adam Warden. Meanwhile, a cover by King on Rison. Only getting a 2 count, however. And now switching focus. But meanwhile, look at Jay Victory. He's got Sebastien Nova hoisted up, locked into that torture rack. And he's got that thing on for a long time. Sebastien Nova might tap out. And meanwhile, simultaneous pinfalls. 2 count by Rison. 2 count by Majyk. No, 3 count by Majyk. And Union King scores the first elimination. Majyk is out. Another pinfall attempt there by Warden on Rison. Another pinfall attempt here by King on Nova. Trying to get rapid fire eliminations here. It is now 5 men left in the ring. Rison, Warden, Victory, Nova, and King. And Sebastien Nova with a scintillating, shining wizard. 2, and only a count of 2. But that was a hard shot right there. And now the uneven numbers might play a factor here. Another pinfall attempt by King. Uneven numbers might mean for some double or maybe even triple teams. Or maybe not. King eliminates Sebastien Nova. Union King has just gotten both of the eliminations thus far in this match. And a pin by Victory there. Well, he did have the shoulders pinned, even though it was from the front and not the back. But hey, Regal Cutter by King, and Victory scores that elimination off of a Regal Cutter by Union King. And now, after all that, 2 men left in the ring. The 2 men who last faced each other. And now a Regal suplex by Union King. Trying to get a measure of payback on the man who beat him 1, 2, 3 in a non-title match. Stiff shot there by King. And this is Jay Victory's opportunity right here to pick up where he left off. Defeat Union King and win the national championship. Would be kind of apropos that a man who is an All-American, who represents the red, white, and blue as he does, to be the national champion here in the XWA. And wow, that was an impressive drop kick right there. And an impressive counter there by King. Snapmare. And now a clothesline. Second clothesline. King on fire right now. After that power bomb. And oh God. A knee trembler. Shades of William Regal. And can you believe Union King has just successfully defended the national championship? And here's slow-mo replay in case you missed any of it. It was a package pile driver that eliminated Majyk. Union King with the first pinfall of the match. And then King with a full Nelson submission to Sebastien Nova for the second elimination. Elimination number 3, Jay Victory with this pin a reverse pin actually. Warden on his front side and not his back, but a pinfall nonetheless. And seconds later, a regal cutter by King on Jesse Rison. And Victory gets that pin. So 2 and 2. And the knee trembler right there is the tiebreaker. And I have to be honest here. I might have my opinions on Union King and the company that he keeps, but this was a very impressive performance by the, yes indeed, still reigning XWA National Champion. Score one for World's Finest, I suppose. But coming up next, our third title match. This one for the XWA Diamond Championship with a little bit of a twist. This is the rematch between former champion Sonya Robbins and current champ Sin Callahan. The X Factor, of course, is a special guest referee that goes by the name of the Hellcat, Hayley Jonas. And our guest referee is going to be the first to enter this ring. A lot of people out there right now are saying that Hayley Jonas stuck her nose into business that really she had no place in, interjecting herself pretty much into the Diamond Championship picture. But let's call a spade a spade. Hayley Jonas said it herself. She was sick and tired of waiting for her chance, for her spot to be taken by somebody else for the Diamond title. That plus the fact that Sonya Robbins herself had not yet invoked her rematch clause basically was a shark smelling blood in the case of Hayley Jonas. Now, obviously, she's not going to get that title shot in the immediate. But the CEO, Carmella Blackheart, did see fit to have her factor into who it is that Jonas may possibly be facing for the Diamond Championship after this match has concluded. And now making her way to the ring, the current reigning Diamond Champion, Sin Callahan, a woman who is surrounded by controversy. It was by controversial means that she even won the Diamond title at Solstice, and that's a fact that everybody thought that Sonya Robbins was going to take into consideration in the case of her retaliation. But surprisingly enough, Sonya's been pretty quiet up to this point. Well, up to Girl Fight anyway. But we'll get to that in a second. But Sin Callahan right now on top of the Diamond division. How long this may be remains to be seen, as it is that her Sindustry group seems to be in a state of flux. We'll get into that in a second as well, but here comes Red Sonya, the former Diamond Champion, a fighting Diamond Champion, who definitely had some questionable actions at the premiere of XWA Girl Fight in a one-on-one match between our referee here and the current champion. As you will soon see in the replay here, nailing Hayley Jonas over the head with a steel chair. We still don't know what the motivation of that attack was. Maybe it was Sonya marking her territory, making a statement. Who knows? But what we do know is that this whole A, B, and C situation has led to this moment right here at XWA Solstice, with the Diamond Championship up for grabs. And there you see Jonas with the title. That is the prize to be won here in this one-on-one contest. And I guess the question right now, as is always the question in terms of a special guest referee match or situation of this magnitude, is how is Hayley Jonas going to call this match? Obviously, she's got a legitimate gripe against each one of these competitors. Is she going to call it down the middle? Is she going to interject her own agenda? Is she going to favor Robbins over Sin or Sin over Robbins? I guess we'll soon find that out. Very soon, in fact. But as of right now, champion and challenger feeling each other out here, and Robbins bouncing off the middle rope. Triangle drop kick, sending Sin Callahan right out of the ring. And so far, Hayley's been pretty neutral, starting the standing 10 count as both Robbins and Sin duke it out outside of the ring. And Sin Callahan just got tossed right over those steel stairs. And as the action finally gets back into the ring, well, it looked as if Sin Callahan was a little slowed down by that stair shot, so to speak. But right back into the fight is the Diamond Champion. A series of shots right there, taking Sonya Robbins out. And right now, I think Sin Callahan is just plain mad. She is pouring it on to the challenger Robbins. And I'm still a little disoriented calling Sonya Robbins a challenger after it is that she's held the Diamond Championship for so long and beaten such amazing competition in the process. For her to be the challenger in this match is still a tough pill to swallow. But speaking of swallowing, wow, that was a stiff kick to the jaw of Sin Callahan right there. That was seriously tough to swallow, and so was that lariat there on the follow. Just back and forth right now. Both ladies fighting for control here. Another spinning wheel kick by Sin, and well, that's not a good move right there. Just slamming Sonya, the back of her head into the mat. And a series of kicks there on the counter. And now a shot to the gut on the counter, and Sonya quickly counters that. Sin counters into the Impaler DDT in the first cover of this match. 1, 2, 1.5, so to speak. Almost a 2 count right there. A little slow on the count is Hayley Jonas, but she's not a trained referee, so I guess you can give her the benefit of the doubt. But meanwhile, Sin Callahan, original Sin, out of nowhere. And another cover. Hayley down onto the mat. 1, 2. And only getting a count of 2 there. Another slow count. But once again, like I said, you can't expect for Hayley Jonas to have that cadence down like one of our regular referees. Nonetheless, a near fall. And just like that, now it's Sonya Robbins who is taking the offensive. Side headlock here. And a jawbreaker. And, oh, thumbs to the eyes by Callahan. And, yeah, Hayley wasn't too happy about that. Reprimanding Sin, and I think that just gave Sonya the opening right there with a drop kick from the back, but maybe not taking too much time to get up to the top turnbuckle. And another pin, another count, and another near fall. by the Diamond Champion. Maybe a little too early for a high-risk maneuver there by Robbins. And another cover after that backdrop by Sin. 1, 2. Rapid fire near falls here. You can tell Sin Callahan really just wants to put this match away as fast as possible and walk out with that Diamond Championship. But she's going to have to do a whole lot more to keep Sonya Robbins down for a count of 3. Shots right there and slamming. Robbins back to the mat, and Sonya back onto her feet. She just got helped up there by the referee. You don't normally see that, but I guess Hayley dances to her own beats. Well, that goes without saying. Springboard plancha there, though, by Robbins, and following up with a springboard knee drop off the top rope. Unable to follow up, however, as Sin Callahan whips her to the corner and delivers a tornado DDT. And another pinfall. Hayley to the mat. 1, 2. And only a count of 2 right there. But immediately back onto the offense. And Hayley once again giving the third degree to Sin Callahan for those dirty tactics. And Sonya once again taking advantage. Only gets a 1 count though after that scissors kick. So how about you follow it up with a wheel kick and another cover. 1. Another only 1 count. Some intestinal fortitude being shown by the champion to pop up at the count of 1 after these scintillating strikes by Sonya Robbins. Suplex back into the ring, and it looked like Sin was about to rush in for something, but Robbins with that karate background. Stiff strikes on the counter. And the shuriken kick. Spinning Insaguri. Only getting a 2 count for her troubles, though. And how about following it up with a Death Valley driver? This could be it. We could have a new champion. 1, 2. And no. A 2 count. Fighting, living to fight another day, is the Diamond Champion. But for how long? Springboard senton. Another count. Cover and another near fall. Just serious offense on display here by both of these women, with the Diamond Championship hanging in the balance. 2. And 2 count only again. Sonya back to the top rope, and no score this time on the high risk move. Doesn't make that much of a difference though. She goes with another one of those karate strikes, elbow strikes, into a cover, and only another count of 2. Hayley has, to her credit, been consistent with her count for both of these ladies, and now she's checking on Sin Callahan as Sonya administers a classic camel clutch. Powering out of it though is Sin, and now it looks like she's gonna try, tried maybe to go for an original Sin again, but Sonya Robbins with another one of those shuriken kicks. Down goes Sin. We could have a new champion. Maybe at another time. She kicks out, but gets up and only walks right into another DVD Death Valley driver and another count. That's got to be at least 10 or so near falls in this match alone. Both of these ladies trying to put their opponent away, but nothing's doing. It might have a little something to do with the fact that Hayley's counts have been a little on the slow side. As you can see there once again, Sonya getting the shoulder up at the count of 2. If there were a normal referee in this match, we'd probably have had a finish by now. Not taking anything away from Hayley here, but it is making for some very, very intense action, as both of these women are right now throwing bombs, just leaving it all out there. And another count, another near fall, and another lariat by the champion, who is going to be once again looking to put her opponent away. Goading on his sin. Back to her feet is Sonya. And now back and forth. Hayley just... Wait a second. What the hell? Hayley just stepped out of the ring and grabbed a steel chair. She just cold-cocked both Sonya, Robbins, and Sin Callahan. What the hell is going on here? I don't think Hayley Jonas had any intention of calling this match to a finish. Well, while we're trying to process what the heck just happened right there, I guess we can start getting ourselves prepared for another match that has the makings of being an epic encounter. This one will be under pure rules between Victory Musashi and the last lion, Magnus von Schwartz. And here comes to the ring the ringleader of the entity known as World's Finest, by the name of Victory Musashi. It was several months ago at the Only the Strong tournament that Victory Musashi seemingly singled out Magnus von Schwartz, interfering in the finals between him and Legionarius, basically awarding Legionarius, gift wrapping him the Pure Championship. That, of course, was not the end. At Insurrection, Victory Musashi struck again in the return match. That has led to this match right here. A grudge match of sorts between these two legends of the ring. And, well, we still don't really know why it is that Victory Musashi has targeted Magnus von Schwartz in the manner that he has over the past half of a year almost. Maybe we won't really need that much of an explanation after tonight, however, because Victory Musashi is walking into this man's element. Magnus von Schwartz, as I said earlier on during the match between Kris Cade and Tankoaku, is a man who practically laid the foundation for what it is that we call here in the XWA pure rules wrestling. He is one of the most consummate and decorated athletes in the XWA, and also just so happens to be the oldest man in the XWA. Yes, he actually outages even Victory Musashi by approximately 2 years. But that doesn't take away from the fact that both of these guys are amongst two of the most experienced competitors on the XWA roster. That being said, it's almost hard to believe that this match that's about to begin in the next few moments is actually the very first time ever that these two men will stand in the same ring against each other in one-on-one competition. And the ref has already called for the bell here. Both men standing center of the ring. Bit of a feeling out process right now, but a shot right there by Magnus. Fired back by Victory Musashi, and trading blows in the center of the ring are both of these men. Finally, a collar and elbow tie-up. Magnus with the front headlock, turning it into a side headlock there. Reversed by Musashi, front into a side arm lock, and now a front headlock again, reversed by Magnus von Schwartz. And what an impressive exchange right there by these two men. I told you already, quite possibly two of the most decorated superstars on the XWA roster. Without question, two of the most experienced. And they are displaying that right now with this chain wrestling, just jockeying for position here. And Musashi again counters out of it. And we're back to square one. For a third time now, locking up in the middle of the squared circle. And Musashi now with the better of this exchange. And that was a stiff uppercut there right to the chin. Another front headlock now by Victory. Irish whip. Drops down and... oh! Looked like it was going to be a spine buster, but Magnus von Schwartz counters into a DDT with some elevation and follows up with a forearm shot to the ground. Magnus von Schwartz leaves nothing to chance. He is as old school gets, never wasting any moment or any motion, and doing whatever it is possible to wear down his opponents. The same could be said about Victory Musashi and his wrestling style, except for the fact that Musashi has that vicious streak of his as he drops the elbow. And as you can see here, not hesitant at all to bend or break the rules, as he attempted to use the second rope for a cover and then tries to show off a little bit, but Magnus von Schwartz makes him pay with that stiff headbutt, a trademark of his. And answering back is Magnus, and Victory Musashi makes him pay. Stiff chop there and another near fall. Right now it's just a game of one-upsmanship in this match. Neither man has really gained momentum. It's just trying to show off and show up his opponents. Some forearm shots, however, there by Victory had Magnus on the ropes or on the mats. And now here, an Anaconda Vice after the elbow drop. Once again, pure rules are in effect. In a normal match, this would have been a rope break. As you can see, Magnus von Schwartz's feet touching the ropes, but in pure rules, there are no rope breaks. Submissions can be applied anywhere in the ring, and the only way that it can be broken is by either an escape or a tap out. And immediately on the follow is Musashi, now in the center of the ring with another submission maneuver. This one, a dragon sleeper. And even if Magnus could escape, he couldn't use the ropes in this situation, as Musashi is torquing on that neck and opts to break the hold instead and follows up with a big boot. It's pretty obvious to me that Victory Musashi right now is not just about beating Magnus von Schwartz. He wants to beat Magnus von Schwartz up. He wants to pick him apart. Like I said at the start of this whole thing, there is some sort of ulterior motive Victory Musashi has, as he is about to deliver the third of the trifecta, the 5 rings, as he calls it. And now it looks like we might be seeing a Wings of Victory here. Double underhooks. And down onto his cranium goes Magnus von Schwartz with the Wings of Victory. And Musashi a little hesitant right there, but goes for the cover. And a kick out at the count of 2 by Magnus, who somehow stands and is literally staring Magnus in the eye as if to tell him, is that the best you've got? Musashi following up with another shot and another stiff knife edge chop right to the chin. And again Magnus right back up to his feet and takes Musashi down with another one of his headbutts. Now what are we going to see here? Musashi to the ropes, and in comes Magnus. Clothesline. And we know what comes after that, the snake eyes, bouncing to the ropes with a big boot. And an atomic leg drop. And now it looks as if Magnus von Schwartz has gotten a second wind here. And here's classic vintage Magnus. The headbutt followed by the belly-to-belly suplex. And we could be seeing a broken will right here. No. Instead, we're going to see a trifecta of Magnus's own. The triple German. And the one-upsmanship continues as Magnus answers Victory's triple suplex with one of his own. And only gets a 2 count. But now both men standing eye to eye, and Magnus is just warming up, as you can see here. He is fired up right now when Victory Musashi really hesitant to creep back in here. And once again, collar and elbow tie up. It's pretty much resetting this whole situation. And now a series of shots right across the back to Victory Musashi, knocking him down a couple of pegs. And now Magnus von Schwartz applies the submission. This one's a triangle choke. He's got the legs around the neck and he's torquing on that arm, extending the ligaments in the elbows and the shoulder. That is a move right there that not only affects one part of the body, but several. And has been one of the signature moves of Magnus for a long time. And this definitely isn't a signature move, but effective nonetheless. Magnus to the top rope and crashing down. And some more signature Magnus von Schwartz right there on the belly-to-belly suplex variation. Back up to his feet again. And a collar suplex. Collar and elbow suplex. And von Schwartz now goading Musashi up. And drops him this time with the broken will. And we could be seeing the beginning of the end here. Right down to the canvas and following up with the cover. And somehow Victory Musashi gets his shoulder up at the count of 2. I could have sworn that was the match right there. Another headbutt by Magnus, whittling away at Victory Musashi, who dodges that headbutt, however, and delivers one of his signature chops and shows off against the crowd again. Steps in with the clothesline, follows up with another one, ducking under, and countering with the tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. And yet another elbow drop by Musashi, who follows up with his signature enziguri right to the back of Magnus von Schwartz's head. And what's Victory got planned now? Up onto his shoulders and down with the move he calls the World Eater. Musashi, however, not following up with a pin. Like I said, it is pretty evident right now that Victory Musashi does not just want a victory. Or maybe not. What do I know? That was a tiger suplex. Almost getting the count of 3, but Magnus kicking out. Maybe it's just a simple psychology here of Victory Musashi trying to figure out exactly how it is that he can put his opponent away. It seemed at more points than not throughout this match that Magnus von Schwartz, simply put, has been trying to get Victory to show him what it is that he is capable of doing. As if to say, give me your best and I'll give you my worst. Well, we might be seeing Victory's best right here as he goes to the top rope and over with the superplex. And crashing down like a ton of bricks. Magnus von Schwartz, no! He pops right back up! My God. I know I say intestinal fortitude a lot to describe a lot of superstars here in the XWA. But I don't think it applies to anybody more than it does Magnus von Schwartz. He has absorbed a tremendous amount of punishment through this match and just keeps getting right back up to his feet saying, bring it on. And right now Musashi bringing it on there with that half Boston Crab. Trying to atrophy his opponent into defeat here. And going to the top. No, not this time. A counter. And Magnus coming down from the top turnbuckle with a double axe handle. Serious velocity right there. And Musashi whipped to the opposite turnbuckle. Von Schwartz with the shoulder. And a face wash. And now a kick right to the sternum. And now what's he going to do? How about a full Boston Crab? The double leg variety. Torquing on the knees and the lower spine of Victory Musashi. And no, Musashi cannot use the ropes to escape, but somehow manages to power his way out of it. Didn't look as if Magnus had all of that hold in. And Victor was able to slip out and counters with a submission of his own in the form of yet another Dragon Sleeper. But now Magnus counters with a couple of knees. And spins his way into a German suplex predicament. Nice quick move right there. And another headbutt belly to belly. He just tossed Musashi clear across the ring right there. And some more forearm shots right to the chest. And how about another forearm shot to the chest? Actually, that one was more to the face than the chest. And another headbutt to the face and the chest. Concentrated attack right now by the last Lion. And what's he going to do to follow up here? How about another belly-to-belly suplex? And going in for the cover. 2. No. 2 count only. But Magnus immediately on the follow again with another belly-to-belly. In case you didn't notice, he likes the suplex a lot. And there are few in this business that do it better. Shot right there. Now a front headlock, spinning into a side headlock. And how about another suplex variation? Classic vertical. And hung Musashi up to dry long enough to let him think about it for a little while. Magnus trying to regain his composure, however. Musashi back up to his feet, and Magnus with words for the man. Center of the ring. And once again, collar and elbow tie up, but this time Musashi with the better hand And immediately another Wings of Victory from out of nowhere. But not going for the cover. Instead trying to put the boots to Magnus von Schwartz. And another shot right there. That one knocked Magnus for a loop. And somehow Magnus manages to counter into a broken will. Just firing back and forth. What are you kidding me? Another Wings of Victory? Yes. Just like that. They're just trading finishers right now. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before. Magnus gets up, counters a Wings of Victory with a triple German. Is this match even gonna finish? They're just trying to simply take each other out right now. No, now Magnus with the cover. And Musashi kicking out at the count of 2. And listen to this crowd right now. This, my friends, is what Pure Rules Wrestling is all about. Say what you want to about Victory Musashi, but he has matched wits and skill with Magnus von Schwartz all throughout this match, and we have been witness to a classic. And wait, what the hell? Wait, no! Are you kidding me? That's Kevin Lassiter! He just came from out of the crowd and speared Magnus von Schwartz in. And forget everything I just said about this being a classic. This just turned into a 2-on-1 assault. What the hell is Kevin Lassiter even doing interfering in this match? Carmella Blackheart said if any member of World's Finest interfered, there would be repercussions. And clearly Kevin Lassiter is not a member of World's Finest. Maybe this was just one-upsmanship on the part of Victory Musashi. Just wanted to make a statement, put a hurt on Magnus von Schwartz. And once again, Katana are hired guns, but this time it works out. And look at this, Lassiter and Musashi, arms raised in victory. What the hell is going on here? Ladies and gentlemen, while we try to collect our bearings to what just happened, there's another match in which something like what we just saw right now is actually going to be legal. That being no holds barred, anything goes between Tyson Blackheart and the king himself, RIOT. This is a match that was made by Carmella Blackheart in direct retaliation to Tyson Blackheart, her apparent twin brother, and his supposed crusade to take over the XWA. And as RIOT's theme song plays, we await his arrival here to the ring. He has apparently taken it upon himself to combat Tyson Blackheart, a man who he once even trained at one point. And here we see RIOT making it. Whoa! Oh my, what the? Ladies and gentlemen, RIOT just got ran down in the backstage area. My God, somebody's got to get some EMTs back there to find out what the hell. This show has just gotten completely out of control in a matter of seconds. RIOT is down and out, and there is no way that this match is going to happen right now. This has to have been some form of premeditated attack on the part of Tyson Blackheart. It had to be. We're going to try to regain some control and composure here. Coming up next is the main event, which is a match that is being dubbed Dynasty versus Destiny. The reigning, undefeated, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, the God King Orion, one-on-one with the number one contender, Krystian Fenix.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the XWA World Heavyweight Championship.
Some of the sheen off of the once thought to be flawless veneer of the XWA World Heavyweight Champion Orion came off during his last title defense at Insurrection in the Game of Thrones match versus RIOT. It was in that match that RIOT pretty much had the world champion dead to rights. Beat 1, 2, 3, if not for interference by who we now know as Tyson Blackheart. And Orion knows this. Orion knows that there are critics out there who say that in a one-on-one situation he could not beat RIOT. And he looks to silence those critics here with a victory against, quite possibly, one of the hottest commodities, no pun intended, in all of professional wrestling, in the form of his opponent, Krystian Fenix. He might be the still reigning and still undefeated heavyweight champion of the world, but tonight Orion's got something to prove, not just to the critics and these fans, but to himself as well, declaring that this victory should all but solidify his place as being the greatest XWA heavyweight champion of all time. That's a bold statement to make, but one, if anybody can, Orion can make. But of course, he's got to get through this man in order to even think about putting himself on that high of a pedestal, which is a tall order. I, of course, speak about the number one contender, the man on fire, Krystian Fenix, who earned the right to number one contendership in a six-man battle royale, eliminating his former friend and partner, Kevin Lassiter, to earn this opportunity here at XWA Solstice to fulfill a dream. It's those very same people who say what they say about Orion that says that it was only a matter of time before this man would be placed in this opportunity for a chance at the World Heavyweight Championship. The question now is, can Krystian Fenix deliver? Is he ready to take the reins as world champion as he has been anointed? Or will he be the next to fall to the God King?
Introducing first, the challenger from San Francisco, California, Krystian Fenix. And his opponent from Rome, Italy, the reigning, defending XWA heavyweight champion of the world, the God King, Orion.
And here you see the almost ceremonial handing off of the title by the champion Orion. He's done this so many times before, and every time he has been handed that championship right back. Will this be the same case here against Fenix? The match underway, our main event of the evening, and the champion already establishing his power advantage as well as his experience advantage, just basically rapid fire amateur style takedowns right there, followed by a double axe handle, and now look at this power. Giant swing, hurling Krystian Fenix across the ring like a rag doll. But just like that, Fenix on the counter, delivering a stiff right hand. And tremendous upper body strength by Fenix on that backdrop. But Orion, quick to get back up to his feet, walks right into a flying lariat. Going under now is Fenix in another one of those lariats. And missed on that, I guess it was going to be a springboard plancha of some sort. And the champion with words to the challenger. Big leg drop in the first cover of this match. Only getting a 2 count. And Krystian Fenix obviously has never been in a big match situation quite the likes of this against an opponent of this caliber. He would be well suited not to make those type of mistakes against a competitor like Orion who can take full advantage. A good play right there though on that tornado DDT, and following it up with a running neck breaker and a combination of shots followed by a drop kick. And Fenix swinging fisherman suplex, and he's feeling it right now. Following it up now with a diving fist drop. But just like that, Orion on the counter with a thumb to the eyes. And a series of shots followed by a drop kick himself. Unorthodox, underestimated agility by the heavyweight champion of the world. Rarely does he have to use it, considering the fact that he can throw you and slam you and submit you like nobody's business. Another perfect example right there. Textbook German suplex. Fenix landing right on the back of his neck. And gets up only to take another double axe handle. One of Orion's signatures, just bowling his opponent over. And now what is he going to do? It looks like Orion's going to go for the... It looked like he was going to go for the fall of Olympus. But Fenix on the counter into a face buster. And now Fenix delivers the Fenix Smasher. Could we see the first loss on the record of Orion right here? Cover. 1. No. Only a 1 count after the Fenix Smasher. And a look on Fenix's face right there is Orion just simply popped up and like it was absolutely nothing. That is absolutely amazing right there. Getting up from Fenix's finishing move after a 1 count. Now applying a knee hold right there to kind of slow down the much quicker Krystian Fenix. And Orion looks to be targeting the leg at this present moment in time. Another knee lock. And applying added pressure this time. That is not a comfortable position to be in. Especially with a man the size of Orion applying this type of submission hold on you. Where he can use his muscle, his upper body strength, his extra leverage. He might practically rip the bottom half of Krystian Fenix's leg right off. But instead breaks the hold. I think the damage might quite possibly have been done. And once again the champion showing off to this crowd and knocking Krystian Fenix for a loop right there on that clothesline. Now back body drop. And a big time spine buster. Sprawling Fenix onto the mat. And now what's going to happen? How about the back body slam? Another one of Orion's signature maneuvers. And it looks like he might try to finish it off this time and successfully get himself a fall of Olympus, but no. Krystian Fenix once again on the counter. Just when it looked like Orion was going to put his man away, Fenix with another counter from that power bomb, and now Krystian Fenix to the top rope. Going for the Fenix splash. No. Orion telegraphed that one beautifully and counters into a running lariat. And now, here goes the fall of Olympus. That crucifix power bomb. Tossing Fenix across the ring again. And this might be the beginning of the end here. Or maybe not. Fenix getting the shoulder up at the count of 2, miraculously. But right back on the attack is Orion with another one of those amateur-style takedowns. And an old-school bow and arrow lock, just torquing on the back and the shoulders and the arms of Krystian Fenix. And once again, a man the size and strength of Orion can take even the simplest of submission maneuvers and turn it into an excruciatingly painful maneuver to be inflicted on, which has been one of the many strengths that the champion has had through his undefeated run here in the XWA. But Krystian Fenix counters from the top turnbuckle into a Hurricane Rana and follows up with a twist of fate. A momentum shift here for the challenger, looking to find some way to put his opponent away, dragging him to the center of the ring. And as Orion gets back to his feet, Fenix connects with another one of those flying lariats, but Orion back on his feet once again. And Krystian Fenix now regrouping. Orion catching his breath, but getting stuffed right there by a flying drop kick. And now Fenix to the top turnbuckle again. Going for the Fenix splash, and this time it pays off. And now a cover. No. Only the count of 2 after the Fenix splash. And Fenix now immediately on the follow with a standing snap kick. Trying to find some way to put Orion down for the count of 3. There goes a face buster after a series of shots. And now what's Fenix going to do? He's got to pull something big off here. How about a reverse of fate? And Orion is laid out. Could Fenix be going for a second Fenix Smasher? Could this be enough to win him his first World Heavyweight Championship? The impact on that move is devastating. Dragging the champion back to the center of the ring. And a standing shooting star press. And how about a second one for added measure? Instead of going for the pin, he goes for a couple of high-risk maneuvers there. I guess he felt as if maybe that wasn't enough to keep Orion down. And instead, Orion pops back up and hits Fenix with yet another one of those double axe handles. And oh God, here we go. Gorilla Press Spine Buster. More power on display by the champion, and more intestinal fortitude on display by the challenger, as he was somehow, some way, able to kick out. But Orion on the follow now. A snap suplex. A hatch suplex, to be more specific. And then follows up with a double underhook suplex variation. I said earlier that Magnus von Schwartz is a master of the suplex. Well, Orion's right up there in that category as well. Obviously, a upbringing in Greco-Roman training by the legendary Otto Marstorius. And obviously also the half-brother of the current pure champion Legionarius, who we saw earlier tonight. And now Orion with Fenix up on the top turnbuckle and down with a super back suplex. And wait a second, let's speak of a devil here. That's Legionarius outside of the ring. This is like deja vu here, folks. If you saw Insurrection, you saw Legionarius try to get involved in the Game of Thrones match between Orion and RIOT. I would assume trying to help his brother ensure victory, but there are some words being exchanged by these two men, and I wish I could hear exactly what is being said. But Orion is not too pleased at the presence of his half-brother in this match. And now Orion is taking it to Legionarius outside of the ring. German suplex. And a lariat. Taking the pure champion down. And now both men on the ramp, and Orion is furious. Whatever it was that Legionarius said just a few seconds ago has, well, quite frankly, it's pissed Orion off to the fact that he has come to blows with his brother. And a gorilla press onto that ramp. It's padded with sand, folks, but it's still not too forgiving. Another German suplex, and now they're on the stage here, and the referee not counting here, as there was no actual physical altercation between Legionarius. He did not attack, so it's not a disqualification. But oh my God, are you kidding me? Orion with a fall of Olympus on Legionarius, and the pure champion is laid out, and the world champion is making his way back to the ring now, and I really don't have any idea what to make of that situation. And all the while, Krystian Fenix was still laid out from that super back suplex, and another one of those backdrop suplexes for added measure being delivered by Orion. And yeah, I don't think that Fenix is going to get the better of this exchange right now. A little extra anger being displayed by Orion, and going for the cover now after a second back suplex, and Fenix again getting the shoulder up. And medics have taken Legionarius to the back. His pride is probably more injured than anything else. But meanwhile, inside of this ring, a brain buster by Orion, and another cover, two, and another kick out by Fenix. And Orion again with an underhook suplex. Just pouring on this offensive barrage, and a hard Irish whip to the corner. Running in with a neck breaker, reverse neck breaker. And another double axe handle. Well, since Legionarius showed up, it's been all Orion all the time here. And Fenix is still reeling from this offensive onslaught by the World Heavyweight Champion, and another double axe handle. This has got to be it. This has got to be it right here, right now. Fall of Olympus, and yet another successful World Championship defense. And this is most certainly going to have to solidify Orion's place, as he claims, as he states, that he will be the greatest heavyweight champion in XWA history. But wait a second, the referee, little miscommunication right there, and Fenix taking advantage with a bulldog and now applying a bow and arrow lock of his own. Krystian Fenix with a veteran move right there, taking advantage of the miscue between the referee and Orion. And could this be enough for Fenix to get back into this match? Maybe not. The height and velocity of that belly-to-belly suplex is a thing of absolute beauty. And another reverse neck breaker now by Orion. And taking a breather, maybe trying to plan his next strategy of attack here to try to put the challenger away. Another underhook suplex. And Orion's slowing the pace down right now. No real need for him to rush, especially when he's got his opponent reeling the way that he has been the last few minutes of this match. And Orion double underhook suplex again. This has become another suplex clinic here, folks. But maybe this might be the end here. No. Once again, Fenix kicking out at the count of 2. And I don't know what's it going to take to put Fenix away here. But, Orion, oh my God. What a lariat into the corner, and now the champion again. Another back body suplex. And once again, Orion is going to try to put away Fenix. Fall of Olympus, no! Another counter by the challenger into a face buster. And a drop kick right to the side of Orion's head, but right back on the follow. Fenix with another one of those flying lariats. And Fenix now. Another reverse of fate. Could the momentum be swinging in the challenger's favor here? No. Again, another counter. And Orion hoisting Fenix up for yet another fall of Olympus. How many of these can Fenix possibly take and still get up? I don't know, but we might be seeing one more for added measure here. And Orion up. Wait, no. Are you kidding me? Krystian Fenix countering at the most opportune time. And a flying elbow drop, shades of the legendary Macho Man. And now what's he going to do? How about another Fenix smasher? Fenix going to the top turnbuckle again and delivers a Fenix splash one more time and cover. I do not believe this. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new XWA heavyweight champion of the world. As you look at the replay right here, it was back and forth. And this turning point, this appearance by Legionarius whatever words were exchanged led to this right on the stage of Fall of Olympus by brother to brother. And then things get back into the ring. And Fenix with a timely counter of that very same move after it looked as if he was done for. And this right here is the moment that changes the very complexion of the XWA. 1, 2, 3. And Krystian Fenix is the new heavyweight champion of the world. The rise of the Fenix is complete. And this literal prophecy that this young man had once he set foot into this company, into this business of being at the top of the mountain, has just taken shape. I never thought I would say Orion has been defeated, but that is exactly what we just witnessed here. And the celebration has begun. Krystian Fenix acknowledging these fans here as a dream has just come true right before our very eyes. And considering the controversies and the just absolute chaos that has taken place over the course of this one event, there are still questions that we have left to be answered. But one thing is for sure, we have a new World Heavyweight Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of everybody here at the XWA, this is Thr33X signing off. Thank you for joining us here at XWA Solstice 2015.